So I do want to go from this guy to having all of these secrets and units. So look, boy, it starts here. You pick your character, you go, you click play, and you want to go to the story mode. It's real easy for new people to get started. So click on this, and then what you're gonna do is turn around, and you're gonna run to these like little like I don't even know what you can call it. Probably real with you. And this is where you're gonna get started. So what you want to do, play this boy in easy mode. Alright, as you can see, you want to click that one, click start, and you know, you load up your thing, you click start, and we go right into playing dynamic. So when you load up, got this screen, you're gonna click yes to vote to start, and that's gonna start the level. Now there's two ways you can play this. You can play it one way where you wait each wave to get money, which is probably what you're gonna do to start, or when you get more units, like the two that you see on the screen, that I can actually afford. Those are called farm units. I'll get into that later, but what I want to show you is kind of like what it's like. I mean, obviously you're not gonna have, you know, Gilgamesh, but to give you an idea of kind of like what it looks like to start. Put some units down, you get money per kill, and by the way, if you go to that same menu that I just pulled up, there's actually an option to auto skip waves. Highly recommend that. You should do that. So now here I'm gonna show you what it's like with farms. So each wave you're actually gonna get money depending on how upgraded your farms are, how many you have down. So you can put a maximum of 3 of those epic ones and 1 of the legendary ones. But be careful you put that legendary one, because you actually can't sell them. So keep that in mind. Best way to play, in my opinion, is like this. You get a lot of money really fast. Use a lot of money to upgrade your units. And in this, I have them all upgraded, as you can see. And each wave, if the wave ends, I get 17,000 versus 2,000, which is why I prefer to use farms. It's a lot easier to get more money. So when you're playing either just story mode, challenges, etc., what you can do, obviously with the money, because you have a lot of it, is you can like get more upgrades for more characters. So a lot of times you're very capped because you don't have a lot of income in the game. So by farming, it gives you a lot more money, and therefore a lot more potential to get more units down and upgraded. So when you hit wave 15, which is the last level of your story modes, you're gonna fight a boss. So this is why it's important to farm before the 15th level, because most of the time the bosses, if you get into more end game stuff, they're very hard, and starting they're pretty hard too. So you want to make sure that you can upgrade your units as much as possible to then, you know, be able to easily get through the bosses. Because to be honest, some of the bosses in this game, they got a lot of HP. So you want to make sure that you can, you know, be able to deal with those. So here, the boss spawns, and because I farmed, got my units, don't mind that it's a monarch, it's easy to do. So I beat him, beat the level, etc. There you go, get your rewards. Now, why this is important is if you actually look at the playtime, that was 6 minutes that I got 80 gems, got 100 coins, and I got food, right? So if you're just starting, in my opinion, it's a really good thing to sit here and farm it just for a bunch of gems. I'm gonna get into that later. But food is really important, leveling up the characters. Gold's really important for a lot of other things in this game I'll explain, but it's a good farm. So when you actually do these levels, you can go to the enemy index like I'm showing you here, and by actually, you know, fighting new enemies, defeating them, you can actually get gems. And I think it's RNG if they get added to the index or not, because I've killed all of them, I still haven't unlocked them all. But as you can see, I earned 30 gems because I did one. I don't know when I did it, but I did it. And yes, those are enemies. Yeah. And then here it shows the milestones, and by getting all the enemies, you can go and get 20 rerolls. I don't recommend it. It's kind of tedious. It's annoying to do, but something just to kind of keep in mind. So when you're going through the story, you know, in my opinion, if you do them all on, you should kind of go through, do it all on normal. Gives you a good amount of gems, things, and that actually will unlock you infinite mode. And You have to do them all on normal, obviously, to unlock infinite. But infinite is really important because it's one of probably the best methods of also getting gems and things like that. So keep that in mind. So after you're done farming for your gems and you're like, man, I want a new character. There's a couple things you want to keep in mind when going for summons. You can summon just a summon to get a mythic. I don't recommend that. On this banner, as you can see, there's 3 featured units. There's Mythic Pity, there's Legendary Pity. And something just to keep in mind is when you're going for summons, there are specific people that you want to summon for. And also, I'm showing you that you can only get secrets at level 10. So also keep that in mind if you're going to summon a summon. But the people on the banner, the featured ones, actually have a higher chance of being pulled. So I'm also trying to show you that some people can be evolved into secrets like Aizen and Valentine can, Gojo can as well, and Itadori. But what I'm also showing you is Saber and Gojo I recommend you pulling for. If Gojo is featured, Saber is featured, you need to go and pull for those characters. They're very good starters. They can really carry you throughout the entire game. I used Gojo probably the entire game. Very, very strong unit. Very much recommend summoning for him. And again, just to keep in mind, again, the 3 units that are there, you need to keep that in mind. So the 2 on the left and right side actually have a lower chance, but the one in the middle has the highest chance of being pulled whenever you're summoning on these banners. So wait for your, person you want to be the middle character. So something also to keep in mind when you're doing summons is if you go to areas and then go to upgrades, you can actually craft lucky potions. I highly recommend if you're ever summoning to always use a luck potion. Bro, like you're genuinely throwing if you're not using one of these. Please use them. They're some a little expensive, but please use them. Also, they apply for trades, stat rerolls, and obviously summons. So keep that in mind with luck potions. They last for an hour, make the most of them. But you came here for the secrets. You're trying to figure out how can I, get my mythic characters. So you get lucky, you pulled Gojo, you pulled Aizen, you pulled Itadori. You want to make him a secret. And I'll say even Valentine, too. You can also become a secret. So what you want to do, you want to run over to the Evolve and figure out the requirements. And I'm actually going to show you that they can be evolved into secrets. So Aizen's one of them. Aizen's one of them. And they sometimes got like really ridiculous requirements. So like if I were to go over, bro, I'm gonna what? Oh, okay. So I'm trying to show you here that he's immune to status alignments. So he's a really good starter character. He also has a very strong ability. So keep that in mind. Yes, we see it. It's really good. Fantastic. Yep, Gojo's the good character. And this is what I wanted to show you. So look, so like for Sukuna, you need takedowns and King of Curses kills. We'll into that later. What I wanted to focus on is the Cursed Fingers, because you can actually use those for a lot of things. You need them for Sukuna, you need them for Gojo. So a couple of ways you can get your Cursed Fingers is actually from this boss event or from doing Shibuya Infinites. And if you get them, you come to the shop and you get 6 eyes. Obviously that's for Gojo. You need 2 of them, so you need 20 fingers. But you also need 20 for Sukuna. But you also need to do his boss event if you want to, well, get him. And it's 10 times, you have to beat it. It's real tedious. So if you're able to actually beat the boss event, good way to get them. But if you can't, I mean, I wouldn't stress it, bro, to be honest. Just do the infinite. So, well, now let's say, you want to figure out how to get like more trait rerolls or a bit more gems. So when you're actually doing these things on Nightmare, they give you 230 gems per level, like for doing it for the first time, like a first time clear on Nightmare. So in my opinion, I think for starting, you should try and go through all the levels and try and like do them on Nightmare. If the, what am I even doing, bro? Thank you. So you can do the first one, second one, third one. I can count, yes. What am I doing, bro? But yeah, you can do all 6. You get 230 each, so I don't know, do the math. It's like over 1,000. It's a lot. You can also do the quests like that to get a bunch of cherry rolls and things for like doing Nightmare on every single map, so keep that in mind. So something to keep in mind is whenever you do everything on easy mode or Nightmare, I can't remember what it is, you actually can unlock like legend stages, and also you want to get to the Shibuya station and do the infinite for that. It's one of the best like gem methods actually in the game, and also by doing the infinite for this, you can get the Sakuna finger. So definitely something you want to keep in mind. In my opinion, I think grinding up to this point in the game is a very good idea. So I recommend doing that if you have a good enough team. So let's say you go, you grind all your stuff, you know, get a bunch of fingers. What you can actually do is when you go to the curse shop, you can actually buy, I think, a lot of green essence, which then you can use, as I'm showing you, on different stars that you need. So while you're new to the game, I would take advantage of that. You can also go to challenges like I'm showing you here, and you can actually get a lot of green essence and trait rerolls. Not a lot of trait rerolls, but a good decent amount. And you can also do your daily challenge, which I highly recommend doing. If you don't even do the regular challenges, do your dailies, bro. They give you a bunch of stuff. And what am I showing you? Okay, I'm going to the boss events to show you the thing I just told you. So we go to the curse shop, and then you can buy trait rerolls. Oh yeah, the green essence. So when you actually, if you can do this boss event, it's actually a good way to also get gold for your, you know, evolutions things. So not only is it good for, you know, the fingers, rerolls, whatever, it's very good for gold. Highly recommend if you can do it. So gold is something you use a lot in this game, so I would use it very smartly. You can also, you know, use it for, you know, all the stars that you need, stat chips, etc. I personally buy those 3. I think they're most useful. But yeah, just kind of keep in mind that gold is used a lot in this game, so just use it wisely. So the part y'all been waiting for, how to actually get these secrets when you you know, actually have the units you need. So is dead is the girl there, so you want to figure out how to get her. You actually have to do a thing in this game called the world line. I was trying to say world lines. So you do your world lines and you get that frozen domain when you do all the levels, get level 50, and that's how you get is dead. I wouldn't recommend doing that off rip. It's really hard to do. You need very specific teams. It's very end game stuff. Gives you a lot of stuff if you can do it. Highly recommend if you have the time and the units to do it. So keep that in mind. She's a very strong ability, so I recommend her personally. She's a very, very strong unit, so if you can get her, very much recommend it. She has very high base damage when you place her down, and you know, she can freeze people, buff, etc. Very strong unit. Go get her if you can. So now you want to figure out how to get other good units. You want to go to your legend stages, and you get them by completing the whole thing. Again, I forget if it's easy or Nightmare. I think it's easy. But you get legend stages, and with your legend stages, you can get your secret units. So the 2 that you can get from the legend stages are Eagers, as you can see there. and I got lucky. I got in 40, or you can get Yamato or Yamato, whatever, and not got that in 416. So kind of shows the difference. You get lucky, don't get lucky. That's I'll try to say that, and then it is what it is. So look, you come over here to Genos. Something you're gonna realize is there's actually a couple secrets that you can't get. So a couple ones that I think you can't get is Soboru. Oh, I forgot to mention, when you get characters that you didn't have evolved in regular, you actually get money. Alucard is when you get from the summons. Aizen's when you get from... Oh, I'm gonna show you Alucard. Come on. Yep, we see him. Yep, there's... There, No, now go back to the... Thank you. So look, then there's Aizen you should get by evolving him. We see him. This Saber, you can't get that guy anymore. Keep that in mind. I'm showing you that here's the regular one. And then there's the evolved one. Thank you, the evolved one. And Sokora's another one that you can't get right now because the boss event isn't out, but they actually come out like in cycles. So like right now, Sukuna's in cycle, and Saber might be next. Valentine's something you get from the summon banner. And Yawich is what you get from the raids, which I'll show you now. So on the top of your screen, you're gonna see that there's nearby rifts, and they spawn on the top. And this pad isn't working. So I'm gonna do a little thing on. There we go. So you run up here, get these rifts. They come every like 3 hours or something. It's 2% drop chance, really trash. You can attempt it one time, very end game. It's really hard to do, and if you get unlucky, luckily there's that little stone right there that actually guarantees a drop. So, I mean, best case scenario, you get 50 every time, get them in 10. But realistically, you're gonna get it in 16 because they're like, it's not realistic. So that's how you get them. So if you want to get Ragna, which is another secret in the game, you actually have to do the winter portals tier 10, and that gives you a chance at actually getting the secret portal you see there. And if you actually come in there with a full winter team, which you get from the winter banner, then you get a higher chance to actually get them. You get more presence, and you actually do more damage. So if you're doing the winter portals, you really want to make sure you have a winter team. Best way to do it, easiest way to also pass it as well. So that's that as well. So I'll be real with y'all. The things that people don't tell you about this game is what separates a good unit from a bad unit is actually a good trait. If you ended up getting like a character with Monarch, it basically just makes every other unit in this game just trash. I'll explain why. So Monarch, if you go here for your trait rerolls, gives you a 300% damage increase. And most units in this game are 3 placement. There's a couple that are 4, which is why you want Ethereal. Look at it, kind of like look at it like this. Monarch takes 3 units because they do like 100 damage each, and that basically makes them like the best possible kind of unit because it takes all 3 of them, mashes them into 1, gives them an SPA reduction, and it's cheaper to also use because you don't have to upgrade 3, you just have to upgrade 1. Has a very high starting base damage, which is good for endgame content, which is why Monarch really just makes every unit really good. It has a very high base damage in general. It just does way more damage, and it's like just basically every unit into 1. And if you have 1, you'll notice how it's just so much better than the rest, and it's kind of stupid in my opinion. So to kind of put in perspective, if your character has Monarch and it's a secret, it's probably better than whatever secret you have. So keep that in mind. But hey, with that being said, if y'all liked the video, love, share, support, whatever. It took a while to make this video, get all the secrets for it. So love's appreciated. If you guys want me to make more videos going in depth of like how to beat certain stuff, showcases, etc., let me know. I'll do it. But in other case, have a good night. Peace out. Thanks for watching.